Hey, Mike,
Hey, what up, man?
you excited about this one?
Yeah, this one sounds like to be a hell of a lot of fun, man.
This is Granny's GBS. So like basically, it was a fruitcake inspired GBS using port barrel aged GBS in cru blended with dark fruits. Yeah, that sounds insane. It's 10.5%. So this comes from the GBS is Hardywood's gingerbread stout. This came from their box. Oh, good call. I don't think there's adjuncts in it. I don't think there's adjuncts in it. Maybe. Is there
What
other
the hell's
adjuncts in it? There's no adjuncts in this, is there? Okay, never mind. Dumb thing. GBS has adjuncts. I understand that. I don't. I meant like extra adjuncts that would like cause like sediment at the bottom. Got my Hardywood Tiku, GBS Tiku, so super proper glassware. I would say this and the flannel were the two I was most excited for this year. The flannel Mike and I drank off camera on New Year's Eve. Um, It wasn't a full replacement to Christmas Island. Can we take a timeout right now on this review and just so Hardywood, Christmas Island this year was missing from the box. I don't know if we've said that before if you watch any of the videos or any of the Instagram posts. But yeah, it was missing. I don't know if you just like left it out. But yeah, it should probably be in next year's box. Yeah, I think that would be make the most sense. And then if you have any in your cellar, we'll gladly pay good money for it. Yeah. All right. Time in. Is that the right phrase? Time in?
sure? So it's um almost pitch black. On
Yep.
camera, it looks a little browner, but unless I just had bad lighting. Um, there's a quickly dissipating head, but it's almost like khaki colored, like
Oh, this is a
over.
crew. This is a quad. Sorry.
Um, it has the color of over milked coffee.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good, yeah. For someone that doesn't drink coffee, that's a really good descriptor.
It's the color of almost of coffee ice cream. How about that? Is that better? Well, it looks lighter there. It's darker in my one
Yeah.
for some reason.
No, it is. It's darker for me too. Yeah, this would probably. We haven't tasted it yet, but I imagine this would probably make a great ice cream.
It's got a nose.
What? What? Okay, so I'm gonna give the full description. This just said a crew, but it's A. Smith Bowman's distillery in Fredericksburg gave us some port wine barrels after they had finished a run of bourbon in them. We took those and filled them with gingerbread stout. We artfully blended those barrels with 11-month bourbon barrel aged Belgian quad.
Why did it say a crew?
Well, I think they meant this is using part barrel aged GBS plus crew. It's like because a crew is like a blend of multiple beers, right? Like when you get like a Grand Cru.
Yeah,
So yeah, like I get this in the quad would be a crew, but just the quad wouldn't be a crew, right?
I didn't do any research. I just came here
Yeah.
to drink.
Anyways, it smells ridiculous. Let's actually talk about that.
Yeah, I
It
mean
smells
it.
like baked goods.
Yeah, it does smell like a fruitcake, almost like apple pie.
Yeah.
Ginger. You get a whole lot of just like a cornucopia of fruits, right?
It has the so Reed and I just did the apple brandy one. It has the apple characteristic from that, but like turn it up to 11 with like
Yeah,
more fruity, more like cherries, like and then like fruitcake. I'm thinking like cherries, the apple, and then brown bread, canned brown bread. It has that like brown bread kind of
cinnamon.
confectionery thing, cinnamon. Yep, and the ginger you mentioned earlier. It, it smells
Yeah,
bonkers.
it smells almost has elements of like mulled wine as well. The nose,
Port, right? So yeah,
Yeah,
there's so much
that's
going
yeah,
on.
good call. I mean, it smells awesome, Sean. Want to get a
Yeah,
taste?
let's do it. Cheers. Clink. Not as good as the last video. Wow.
Um, yeah, honestly, it's more muted than I thought it would be, but for the better. But for the better.
So I was thinking right before we took a sip, I looked at the ABV again. I was like, 10.5% seems kind of low for something like this, right? It
Mhm.
does seem like maybe the blend was because regular GBS is 9.2%.
Yep.
Quads are usually a little bit higher than that, right?
Yep.
So I wonder if maybe the blend is more GBS based than anything, and like it made it
Hmm.
that because I totally get that little bit of muted. I was actually thinking a little like the mouthfeel was a little like watery, but
I can see that. Yep.
overall, and like you said, it's probably for the better. Like this is
No, it's better for drinking. Like for your first sip, that you want that big explosion of all that sweet fruit. It's gonna be awesome. But then after a few sips, you're like, nah, like it's just too much. This
yeah
is actually super approachable. It has
yeah
all those things we said, even on the nose. It has all those things there, but it has much more backbone. You know, it's slightly more bitter. It has more like it has more body in as far as instead of just all sweetness.
yeah. There is I love like right at the front of my palate. If I took a sip, I'm still getting loads of ginger. And I love how Kelly just literally yelled if she had headphones on. She couldn't hear a word of it. Everyone knows she doesn't want to finish her pizza. Um, it has that level of like ginger, cinnamon, and the sweetness on the front of my palate. Like as I said, it's sticking on the front of my palate instead of the back of my palate.
Yep. But you know, it bitters off. You know, like almost like I was gonna say baker's cocoa, but it's not quite that. But it has that level of bitterness. It's not
No,
just not that. Um, honestly, it has a bittering almost like the finish of Guinness. You know what I mean? Where that sort of like
yeah.
charry finish. You get a little bit of that at the back.
I really like this beer the more and more. The more sips I take, the more I like this beer. Like
Oh yeah,
it
I agree.
now, if I had this blind, I don't think I could tell you that this was GBS variant. Like it's very
No.
different from all the GBSs because like well, technically, except for last year when they introduced the barley wine, it's always been straight stout with adjuncts in different barrels, right? So we had the barley wine last year. That was the first one that was kind of like out of the. Well, I guess we had the porter, but porter stout, right?
Yeah.
And then this is like, all right, let's add a quad to it. But the what was the flannel? The flannel was, and they had a white side, I guess, but still stout. What was the flannel? The flannel was
I don't
rum
remember.
barrel aged. It was still like a GBS spiced, but yeah, this is like the most kind of like this and the barley one would be the two most out of the realm when it comes to like closest to like base GBS.
Hmm.
Um, but it's kind of it works out. It's magical. It's not overly cloying. All the GBS characteristics are there, speaking to you, but just in a different manner than the base stout.
To me, this almost feels like a Thanksgiving beer. You know what I mean? Like this would be like an after dinner, after you've had Thanksgiving dinner. This would be like a really good like aperitif almost. You know?
Yeah. Well, now I wish we did this in person. We could have saved one for Thanksgiving next year, but
Ah,
but yeah, who knows how it would have held up.
right.
Yeah. But no, this is really freaking fantastic. Like this could be one of my so far out of all the variants I've had out of the new stuff. I would say this for me is probably number one.
This is the second one I've had. I've only had two beers out of the box.
You've had this in flannel, right?
That's it.
Yeah. Well, I meant out of new, and technically those are the only two new ones.
It's true.
Um,
It,
the barley
it's
wine's
it's
great,
nice.
but
Yeah, you know, it's really really nice. The mouth is a little thinner than I expected, but it's all it needs. You know, like I was
yes,
thinking,
I
looking
agree.
at it, like how dark it was, but as you take it down, it gets browner and browner. You know,
Yep.
um, I it lingers in such an interesting way because what lingers is honestly the darkest of the fruits. That's all that really lingers on
Hmm.
on the palate. Um, but the first hit is much more apple spice, and then the finish is all like really like really like bitter cherry and
Yeah.
like almost just a hint of raspberry, just a hint of that
Oh, yeah, I
in
can see that.
in the finish. And then it's almost like I said, it's almost like I can't quite put my finger on what that taste is. That bittering. It's almost just a lot of dark malt. It's not coffee. It's almost just a hint of char.
I want to say, like every time I try to pick out like that's kind of like the baked good thing I'm getting out of it. I'm getting it
Yeah,
on the back of my palate too. It's not necessarily black licorice, but the char is close. Like it's almost like if you made an apple spice cake and you were eating the bottom of the pan, like where it got like a little bit more cooked. You know what I
overcooked.
mean?
I can see
Yeah.
that. I can see that. Yeah. I mean, it's really, really fucking good though. I'll
Oh,
tell you that much.
it's awesome
And the perfect amount.
for one person, right? Yeah, 100%. Yeah, this is yeah. All right. So Hardywood, here are the rules for next year. This stays. Something else has to go because Christmas Island has to come back. We haven't
Facts.
decided what needs to go yet, but flannel GBS. Come on, rum barrel aged. Is it as good as Christmas Island? No, it was good. It was great. It was really good.
Really good. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, because you got to keep bourbon barrel aged GBS, right?
You have
You
to.
got to.
Yeah.
You got to keep Kentucky Christmas morning, even though Mike doesn't like coffee. Like that's like
What
Christmas
What
morning.
about the
Chris.
caliente? Can you get rid of that? I
So
like
I
it.
don't know, dude. I don't know, man. I had when Carrie and I reviewed it in November, and that beer drinks freaking amazing. Like it is, but maybe I would because if we're talking about getting rid of, we have to get. I think we're getting rid of the bottles. We have to get rid of like the barrels, right? The barrel aged ones.
Oh yeah.
Barley wine. I think the barley wine is now a staple because that's just fun to have.
Yeah.
That barley wine was
I
great.
I think flannel's the one that gotta go,
I think flannel's got to go.
and
Yeah,
it's really good. But I want Christmas Island back, man. That's
yeah,
that beer. That beer fucked me several times
yeah,
in the best way.
yeah. Or they rotate, or or here's an idea. And this is a compromise from us to Hardywood because we have the power to compromise. Apparently,
No
listen to this.
compromise.
What is that? Winnie, where are you going? Don't. Okay, well, let's see what she does in there.
No
Um,
compromise. I'm Rorschach here.
get rid of one of the cans, the non barrel aged versions of it, like fluffy or Christmas pancakes. They're both good. Christmas pancakes are a little too cloying, but give
Yeah.
us.
Get rid of Christmas pancakes. That's too sweet.
But I don't think you can get rid of Christmas pancakes and then sub in another barrel aged beer. But what I think you could do is you could probably get rid of no, because the reason of Christmas. Never mind. Christmas Island is just GBS Asian Caribbean rum barrels. No, so it's got to be barrel aged. Yeah, get rid of flannel. I'm sorry. Let's do it. Let's do it. Like we have the. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. We're doing it. Sold. Like
That's
we have the
funny.
power.
And flannel's really good. That's the shameful part.
Yeah, because you can't. Yeah, you can't get rid of the bases. Um, Apple brandy was really good, but like we'll rotate it. I don't know. Unless now Mike, hear me out too. We've seen Mega GBS. We've seen Mega Apple Brandy GBS.
Hmm.
We've seen, I think, Mega other ones too. But what if they're just waiting,
Do like a mega Christmas Island.
and that's going to be next year, and they're just watching these videos like, would you guys just wait and stop talking shit to us? All of your
No,
videos.
no.
Not until it's confirmed. Anyways, this review has probably gone on for way too long. Um, down in the comments, have you had Hardywood's Granny's GBS? Their GBS plus Belgian quad with port barrels and bourbon barrels. What do you think of it? What do you think of GBS in general? What's your favorite from this year? Mike looks like he has a migraine. Did I say something
No,
to offend
no.
you?
I'm almost getting like overcooked dates.
The overcooked thing, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, the the way that there's baked goods in this is I don't understand how they do it. It's
Every
like
sip is better and better and better. Every
they're
sip.
like some kind of wizard.
It's almost. I think you were onto something when you said that black licorice thing. It has a little bit of anise, just a
A
little
little
taste of
bit,
it.
but it's not like too much.
No, no, it's not something I would have pulled normally, but if it is there, like, but I wouldn't say this is a Nisi, it's not licoricey, but there's a little note there.
Yeah,
Anyway, yeah,
it's
we
delicious
beat this horse to death.
as usual, but it's delicious. Down in the comments, let us know if you had this. What's your favorite variant out of this year's? What's your favorite variant altogether? And then why is it Christmas Island? Uh, Nerdsense.net, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, those are things. Like, comment, share, those notification bells. Thank you everybody for watching. If everyone's from Hardywood's watching Christmas Island, I'm Sean. That's Mike. This is Nerdsense. Cheers. Christmas Island.
Cheers, bud. We are embarrassing.
It's